Hello there. We asked a very simple question to a few people on how do they decide which mutual funds to invest in.
I just trust my dad with all my investment decisions. He knows best exactly what's worked well in the past. So.
My decision is based normally on what my friends suggest. They have better knowledge of the mutual funds that have performed well in the past.
For me, I always trust my own research and go with funds that have given great returns in the past.
So as you can see, almost everybody seems to believe that past performance of mutual fund always the best way of selecting a fund. But is that really the right approach? Let's find out. Let's take an example of an equity mutual fund. Let's call it Fund A. Now Fund A has invested in shares of 50 different companies with a very specific focus, let's say on IT and pharma companies. And Fund A has delivered a handsome return of 20% in the last one. Now let's find out why has Fund A performed so well. Okay, let's assume global demand for Indian IT services and Indian pharmaceuticals was at its peak in the last 1 year. And that resulted in Fund A delivering the phenomenal returns that it did. Now, does that mean that Fund A can continue performing and delivering similar returns over the next few years as well? Unfortunately, the answer to that question is a big no. The performance of Fund A in the future will depend on the performance of these companies. If they do well, Fund A will continue to deliver great returns. But if these companies do not do well, Fund A may not be able to deliver similar returns in the future. So that again brings us to the same question. How does one decide on which mutual funds to invest in? At IDFC First Bank, our endeavor is to simplify, uncomplicate and democratize mutual fund investing for you. Our team of product and research experts analyze more than 2,500 funds. They then apply their strong due diligence to identify and shortlist the most appropriate funds for you that are likely to suit your investment requirements and objectives. And we do this keeping the forward outlook of these funds in mind and not just the past performance. So what do we call this shortlisted bunch of top funds? Introducing IDFC First Bank's ACE funds. So going forward, whenever you get carried away by the past performance of any mutual fund, do not forget to check if it features in a list of ACE funds. And if it does not, you know what to do, or rather, what not to do. ACE funds can be very easily found on a mobile banking app at the click of a button. Yes, mutual fund investing is not that easy.